Well, there is nothing I love more than getting out on a weekend and finding America. Well, welcome to Finding America. It is really nice to see you here. Well, a lot has happened since I last saw you. We had that hurricane hit us, and luckily, I escaped with no property damage. But I did slip in some mud the day of the storm, and I really hurt my foot pretty badly. So I rested up for about 5 days, hoping it would get better. And it did get a little bit better, but it definitely still hurt. But I just didn't care. I really wanted to get out and do some metal detecting and dig some holes. And on top of that, I wanted to get a new episode out this week. So I thought, what the hey, let's go back to the old clotheslines yard. And I will take it easy there, dig a few holes, and see what happens. Now, I had no idea how long I was going to last or even if I would. But I had just decided, let's go out there, and if I find, I find. And as it turned out, I definitely did. Well, I'm out just taking it nice and slow with this bum foot of mine. I just have to take it slow and watch how I step, but it's doable, and it's nice getting out here, being able to dig a few signals and see what comes out of the ground. This one is going to be, it was a 34 on my Manticore screen, and about 7 inches down I popped it out. And I just thought I'd show it. It's pretty heavy. A little bit of a green patina. It was painted black at one time. And not quite sure what that is, but it's definitely old. And I thought it was interesting enough to share it with you. And yeah, so I'll stick that in my box and slowly keep on swinging. Well, the next one was giving me a really nice 73 signal. And dug down, and yeah, I got lucky. It wasn't a memorial. Turned out to be a 46 Philadelphia mint weedy. I will definitely take that. And yeah, it's amazing how much is still in this yard. Well, I got something I missed in the past. It was giving me just enough of a signal to make me stop and investigate further, and I decided to run it across the other way, and it gave me a signal that way. It's not the best signal, but I'm digging anything I can. I've been finding so much cool stuff here. So I checked the hole, wasn't in there. It said it was in the plug. I think I've got some kind of piece of jewelry right there, costume jewelry. It's ringing in at a 34, 35, but I think it's got a little stone. It might be a ring. So let's see. Yeah, look at that. Little girl's costume jewelry, most likely. And there you go, check it out. It's got the stone in it. I like that. Don't know if I'm going to be able to get that straightened without it breaking, but that's a pretty cool piece. I will definitely take that, and definitely has some age to it. Well, I was just hunting underneath this old walnut tree. Walnuts everywhere. I gotta watch them, make sure I don't hurt my foot more slipping on those. But this one was giving me a 79, 80 signal. Kind of hoping for a silver dime, but it wasn't a tight signal on my screen. It was kind of a smeared line. So I didn't know what to expect, but now I understand it. There were two pennies almost stacked on top of each other, and it was creating a longer line on my screen. Now, if it had just been a single one, it would have been a real nice round signature. But pretty cool. I always call these transition holes because this one had a memorial and a weedy stacked on top of each other. And the one on the top is 61 Denver Mint, and the weedy is a 51 Philadelphia. That's pretty cool. I always think it's neat when people have memorials and weedies jingling around in their pockets at the same time. Pretty cool. Well, this was kind of cool. It was giving me a 25. I was hoping for a nickel. Dug down, said it was still in the hole. So I was poking around and look what popped out of the dirt. That's into an old spark plug, old porcelain spark plug, and yeah, I just got one in the last episode. And that one, I just enjoyed finding these because I get to look them up and see what kind of old vehicle they might have fit. Last week's fit a 3132 Chevrolet, so hopefully this one is different though. It's a Champion, and looks like I'll be able to get a part number off of it too. So cool. Be interesting to see what this one fits. The last hole before this one, I dug up a zipper, which what you'd expect near a clothesline. It's pretty wild. And then I got a 25-26 signal, and it said it was still in the hole. I was hoping for a nickel, maybe. Gave it a pop, and out slid this. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a cufflink. And I grabbed the camera. Let's go ahead and pull it out. Yeah, sure as heck. A very old cufflink. Hopefully it has a design on it. Oh yes, it does. Very cool. This is going to be a real early cufflink too. Early in terms of this place. Turn of the century. I'll tell you what, let me get it cleaned off, give it a quick brush, and I'll show you this beauty. Well, it is a pretty ornate cufflink. Let me bring you in on it here. Look at that. That is really nice. Make sure I'm getting it in focus. It's hard to tell with the sun glaring. But heck yeah, and it's all complete. If I had to guess, 1910 to 1930s, somewhere in there. It could be earlier. It's hard to tell. But what a great piece, and definitely happy to have that. Well, this one was giving me a 54. Nice sharp signal, dug down about 6 inches. Check that out. That is a padlock. Very cool. I don't know how old of one. It looks pretty old. Maybe 50s, 60s. Let's see. Yeah, I'll have to get it cleaned up later, but I'll definitely take that. Nice old vintage padlock. Well, this hole was giving me a 28, and about 6 inches down I finally pulled it out in a dirt clod, and I saw the tip of this, and I'm like, what is that? And then it turned out to be a cap to an old pin. It is a pretty vintage pin. I was looking at the little clip here, and it's in the shape of an arrow. So that's kind of cool. It's an old vintage arrow writing pin. It's a pretty neat piece, and just thought I'd share that one with you. Well, that iconic arrow was first used all the way back in 1933 by Parker, and they used it as a clip on their vacuumatic pen. Well, that arrow was meant to symbolize Parker's pioneering attitude in the business, and it became the brand's official emblem in 1957. Well, as it turned out, the cap that I found was actually part of a 1954 Parker pen, a pen that they called the Jotter. I'll tell you, I love doing the research on everything I find because I'm sure, as you've heard me say a few times at least, history makes a find a treasure. Well, this one's giving me a 71, and looks like I have a mechanism frame and even a little clock gear or wheel. Probably to an old mantle clock. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's giving me a 71, banging loud. no mistaking that signal. And that's really cool. I thought I had a belt buckle of some kind, but then I was like, nope, it's a piece of clock. Yeah, I just got another nice signal, 64. Nice repeatable, about 7-8 inches. And I finally, with the last scoop of dirt, something slid out. And I think it might be like, I'll just show you here. Looks like it might be a compact. Let me just, right here. So, it looks like at least half of a compact. I'm praying that this is the good side with the design, but I don't think so. I think this is the bottom. Let me give it a spray and a brush. You can see, yeah, this was the bottom. The lid fit on top right there. But maybe there's something here. Give us an idea of the make and manufacturer and maybe a date. I can pretty much date it anyway. It's probably going to be 20s or 30s. Well, it definitely has a pattern or design. And I don't know, it might have something else on it. It's a little bit crusty. But this one will be going in apple cider vinegar. And a little dip in the bath of that. And then I take quadruple O's steel wool, wet it, and put dish liquid soap in the steel wool. And then go over this. And hopefully that'll clean it up a little bit more. But great find, it really is. This place has been amazing. Well, I was going along, got a nice, somewhat faint 68 to 71 signal, and I thought, well, that is probably going to be a weedy. And it said it was pretty deep, and it was. It was about 7-8 inches. I finally got it up on the drop cloth, and I went ahead and cleaned it off, save a little bit of time. But yeah, check that out. That was one that I missed in the past, and the Manticore sniffed out. And this one's going to be a 42 Philadelphia mint. So very cool, little wartime weedy, and yeah, not too bad. I think, what is that, 4 coins that I've picked up, and 3 of them Wheaties. Well, after that hunt, I definitely needed a day of rest on Sunday. But by Monday, I was feeling pretty good, and I decided I could get out for a couple hours. I wanted to see what else I could find to add to this episode. And I decided to start off at an old favorite haunt. Well, I'm back out for just a couple hours. Monday, I had to give my foot a rest on Sunday. And I decided I wanted to come back to this old place. And I've made a lot of videos here. And I don't think I've had the Manticore here before, so I just wanted to see if I might find something. And I'll tell you what, I've done a couple rows, dug a lot of junk, and I'm on my 3rd row, and I got a 55 signal, and I think I just got something really good. And I'm pretty darn pleased with this. You can see the imprint right there on the dirt, and there's the coin. And I'm hoping that's an Indian, being a 55. So let's pluck it. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's no doubt that's an Indian. Holy cow. And I have gone over this area so many times with the 800, the 900. Wow, look at that, clear as day. Get you down in on this. 1901. That's a beauty. Wow. That makes you feel good. I'm glad I came out. I just wanted to see if I could find just a little bit more for this week's video. It's been tough hobbling around on this foot. I have to go low and slow. Not the coil, me. But not moving as fast as I normally would, but this one paid off. Very happy with that. I just had to come back because I was poking around that hole some more. Got a couple lower signals, and look what else was in the hole with that Indian. Got a bumper or carriage bolt and a long nail all together with that Indian. That's why I say the separation on the Manticore is so impressive, and I love hunting in the all-terrain fast program so much. It's just super quick and it's perfect for sniffing out things like this. I just love it, and the depth audio helps a ton as well. But I just had to show you that because that was just darn impressive. Well, what can I say? Got another one. This one was giving me a 28. I dug down and I got another old spark plug. And this is definitely an oldie. Very old. That's pretty cool. Not sure if I'll get a part number off of it, but I'll see if I can knock some of the rust off and see if I see anything. But yeah, that is definitely an ancient one. Well, just thought I'd show you this one real quick. Gave me a 33 on my VDI, and I popped it out, and I got part of an old pocket watch. So, very nice. I've been getting some nice old things out of this yard so far. Well, I'm way over in another section of this property, and I don't know what the deal is. I've been getting a lot of things in 3. And last time I got 3 valve stems for early Fords and other cars, and now I got my 3rd spark plug this weekend. Looks very similar to the one I found out in the front, and now I got one out in the back. That is nuts. Well, I moved over to an empty lot that I have permission at. Found a lot of great things here, including a gold mother's ring and a lot of arts and crafts period pieces, trim pieces to houses, and just a neat area. I pounded to death, but I thought, you know, I haven't brought the Manticore here. This is how it goes. It's like I keep thinking of places I haven't brought the Manticore to yet, and I start getting signals everywhere. So I'm digging. I'm having a ball. Got a nice high tone, but I had to pull 4 nails out of the ground before I finally got down to this, about 8-9 inches down. And it looks like another piece of brass hardware, probably house related. I'll get it cleaned up, but that's pretty awesome. 9 inches down, and pulled that one out. Well, here's another thing that I find a lot of on this empty lot. Now, it must have been a pretty substantial old house that sat here, because I find a lot of these. Give me a 43. It was definitely an elongated signal. Had a feeling it was going to be one of these. I think this is the 5th or 6th one I found, but that is a big old iron window weight for sash windows, and yeah, that's a big monster. So, pull that one out, and yeah, this hopefully there's a lot more targets here. Well, this one was giving me a 58 to 60 signal. About 6 inches down, I threw the dirt up on the cloth here, and I think I got it out. Yep. Looks like the cap to an old lipstick tube. Yeah, definitely an old one. Pretty cool. Maybe we'll get lucky. I have the maker's mark on it. So very cool. I'll get it cleaned up when I get home, but that's a nice little find. Next one was giving me a little tight 40 signal in between a bunch of iron, and about 3 inches down I popped it out. And what do you know? Another lift the dot fastener. Very cool. Matter of fact, that thing's actually complete. Both portions of it, male and female. And of course these were used on all sorts of things, but often used on convertible tops and roadsters of the 20s and 30s. So pretty cool. I'm definitely happy to see that, and I'm gonna keep on swinging here. Well, this next signal was giving me a 3940, and I was hoping it wasn't going to be a square tab, and it wasn't. It's actually something that I really enjoy finding, and it's right there. And we'll see if we can, hopefully it's got something on it. It appears to be a workwear button, iron back, and oh heck yeah, that's definitely got something on it. Oh, this one's nice and clean. I'm trying to read it. Let's see. Trying to read it and film it. So I think it says safety block. Huh. I can't say that I found this one before. Yeah, sorry for the, I mean to make you seasick. Yeah, safety block. Get you in on this one. Well, I've definitely not seen this before. That's a first for me. And it's probably sometime between the 20s and 40s. So, pretty cool. I always enjoy it when I get one that I've never found before. Well, this one was giving me a 63 in the hole and a 68 out of the hole. It's probably a nail somewhere down there dragging the number down. But I saw something round and green pop out, and I'm like, oh, maybe an Indian. Well, it wasn't, but it is a very nice old Wheatie. And this one's going to be a 1930 from the Philadelphia Mint. I will definitely take that. And yeah, I guess it was about 6 inches down. I managed to get a decent little target out of here. It was kind of sharp, bit of a high tone, 7980. Kind of surprised by what came out, but hey, I'm always happy to see this. And just feeling it, this is like one of the most worn horseshoes or mule shoes, yep, that I've ever seen. Look, that thing is like wafer thin. That's an old mule shoe. And boy, that poor mule had this one on a long time. So, very cool, and definitely an oldie. Well, this next one was giving me a 23 to 24. I was hoping for a nickel. Wasn't a nickel, but it was definitely something cool. Look at that right there. I was like, what in the world have we got here? It's a pin. You can see part of the back. But when I turned it over, I just put it right back down and grabbed the camera. This is cool. Check that out. Some type of an eagle pin. It's really heavy. That is awesome. Oh, I'll check the holes, see if I can find the other piece. But it was definitely some kind of a pin. I mean, it's heavy like lead, but it's not lead, I don't believe. It's not very soft, so. But what a great find. Check that out. I like finding anything eagle related. So, very happy with that. That is a great find, and that was a nice surprise. Well, as a lot of you that have watched me over the years know that I just cannot resist a good pun. and an unusual title for a Finding America episode. And as it turned out that despite my bum foot, there really was treasure afoot. Now, please stick around to the very end of this episode. I have a link there to an amazing Finding America episode from the past. It took place at an old yard that impressed me so much that the only thing I could call this one was, what a yard. Now, I hope you enjoyed watching this one, and remember, it's history that makes a find a treasure. And I can't wait to see you back here next week on Finding America.